Masks are making a comeback unless you can provide proof of COVID-19 vaccination.
As regional partners, we are issuing what I like to call a VASC or mask mandate.
We'll explain how the new order will work across the Denver metro area.
And even while facing a loss of their own, staff members and volunteers at the Denver Rescue Mission are helping those in need ahead of this Thanksgiving holiday.
As our 9 Cares Colorado Shares donation drive draws to a close, we'll show you how you can help and go beyond the need to give people food they really want. 4 o'clock on 9 News starts now.
It has been a busy day on the mask front. Today, Denver joining Jefferson, Adams, and Arapahoe counties in announcing a mask mandate. Now, Denver's will begin tomorrow. It will go at least until the new year.
It is something health officials say they didn't expect to be doing at this point in the pandemic, but it's where we are right now. 9 News reporter Katie Eastman explains what this means for businesses.
Mask up or require proof of vaccinations. That's the latest public health order from Denver and several neighboring counties.
If they don't want to require masks, your businesses or venues can also implement a vaccine check before entry into your business.
But how those vaccine checks will work is not spelled out. Denver says if businesses want to opt out of that mask mandate, they can become a fully vaccinated facility. In order to do that, they're supposed to reach out to the Department of Public Health and explain how they are verifying that 95% of people inside or people entering will be vaccinated.
Emergency rooms are routinely diverting patients because they simply don't have the capacity.
Denver Health CEO Robin Wittenstein is blunt about the crisis Colorado hospitals face.
Our system is on the brink of collapse, and I don't say that to be a fearmonger. We truly are at a point where we cannot continue to do what we are doing without help from the people in the metro region.
The city's top public health expert says we got to this point because people are choosing not to get the vaccine. Most of the unvaccinated are outside of the Denver region, but they are ending up in Denver area hospitals.
The region is stepping up to do our part. These are decisions that are not easy to make.
Without more people getting vaccinated, health experts hope masks and vaccine requirements slow the spread of COVID-19.
Bob said this was a difficult decision to make. I'll tell you, it's a difficult decision, but not if you walked into one of our ICUs and saw people gasping for breath. Not if you watched a nurse walk out of a patient's room and break into tears because she hasn't been able to do anything to help them and their family.
Tough stuff to hear about our Colorado hospitals. Neither Denver nor Jefferson, Adams, or Arapahoe counties plan to have active enforcement of this order. They say guidance and education is the goal.
Well, these mandates are one thing. Enforcement is another thing. Without enforcement, how does it work?
Well, basically, they will still take complaints. So businesses could be fined if they're not following this. But also, Boulder County has had a similar order in place for a couple months. They have an official vaccine verification program that businesses can apply for. Denver says they will be providing guidance about how businesses should go about this to become that fully vaccinated facility. That guidance isn't out there yet. I've asked for it, and we just haven't received it at this point.
Still making it happen on the fly.
Making it happen.
So basically,
just think like it was a year ago, businesses were scrambling to build these outdoor eating spots, igloos and places like that, because all of a sudden everything was shutting down again. And now they're figuring out this.
Yeah, so plan to wear a mask tomorrow.
All right.
Wherever you go.
Thanks, Katie.
Okay. Health leaders said today they have to take a regional approach to COVID-19 restrictions because there is no statewide mask mandate. Today, Colorado Governor Jared Polis defended his decision not to take action at the state level.
There's some governors that have taken different tacks. There's some governors that have outlawed mask wearing. They've said no jurisdiction can have it. You can't require masks. There are other governors that said everybody's got to wear a mask everywhere across our entire state, even in areas that don't believe in the value of mask wearing and don't want to wear them, and the enforcement apparatus wouldn't support enforcement. We've taken a line here where we are supportive of our local communities in recognition that we have a very diverse state. I would never ban local jurisdictions from implementing public safety requirements, and I don't want to force them to, and wouldn't force them to either, given that we have a vaccine that's over 90% effective.
Right now, nearly 69% of Coloradans have some protection against COVID-19. That's nearly 75% of all the adults in our state.
Of course, stress on the hospitals and science. That's behind the decision to return to masks in the Denver metro area. Coming up at 4:30, we'll be joined by our 9 health expert talking through the latest research that shows that masks do work when it comes to keeping us safe from COVID-19.
Let's take a look outside where it is warm and dry. Don't let those clouds deceive you because it is so warm.
One of those clouds did deceive me. Thanks
Okay,
for
I'm
pointing that out,
sorry.
because for a second there,
Okay, well, you want Chris then to handle the rest of it?
a little dark looking over Coors Field there, though, Chris, but what a warm day today for this time of year.
I mean, we're normally in the low 50s this time of year. We were back up into the low 70s for your day today. In fact, we were only 2 degrees off of our daily record for your day today, but big changes in store as we get into your day tomorrow. I'll have more on that in just a second, but we do have a red flag warning that does continue for the next hour or so along the Front Range, as well as down through southeastern Colorado. That's where those winds are really gusty, in some cases getting up to about 45 miles an hour in southeastern parts of the state. Those winds should back on off a little bit tonight, especially from I-70 on north, but those winds, as I mentioned, still gusting in some cases 30+ miles an hour. Seeing a little bit of snow starting to work its way into southwestern Colorado. That is out ahead of our next storm system. That is the one that's going to bring some pretty big changes starting tonight, and along with it, a cold front that'll drop our temperatures to just the 40s for us here into Denver for your day tomorrow and bring some meaningful snow into southern Colorado. I'll have more details on that snow coming up in my full weather in just a few minutes.
A major development today. Aurora police have made an arrest in last week's shooting at Nome Park. The shooting sent 6 Aurora Central students to the hospital. 9 News crime and justice reporter Matt Jablow broke this story late today. Matt, what do you know?
Kim, a 15-year-old who's not being named because of his age has in fact been arrested. The arrest comes 8 days after the shooting, and police say this might not be the last arrest in the case. According to Aurora police, they have also now recovered the second vehicle, which they believe was involved in the incident, a Chrysler 300. They had previously recovered a Chevy Tahoe. The 15-year-old was allegedly driving the Chrysler. He was arrested last night and charged with attempted first-degree murder. Police say there were at least 2 other people inside Nome Park that were shooting back at the 2 cars. The search continues for those 2 people as well as for any others who may have been involved. In a tweet late this afternoon, Aurora Police Chief Vanessa Wilson said, quote, "This is just the beginning of arrests. If you are involved, we are coming for you." Kim and Tom.
Wow. They moved quickly on the other shooting, too, as well. So, we have 2 separate shootings involving teenagers and already 4 arrests.
Good news so far, but still a lot of work to be done to sort out exactly what happened and exactly who was involved.
All right. Thank you, Matt.
Today, another twist as we learn more about the suspect who shot and killed Arvada police officer Gordon Beasley in Old Town back on June 21st. Arvada PD now says that the suspect Troike had spoken with officers 2 weeks early. They say on June 7th, Ronald Troike interacted with APD officers while they arrested an unrelated person on outstanding warrants. They say that he recorded part of that encounter on his cell phone. After the shooting, investigators discovered writings referencing that interaction in Troike's apartment and on his person. Police have previously said the suspect was targeting officers in his attack. Just in the last hour, we've learned that a child has died following the parade crash in Waukesha, Wisconsin, bringing the total number of people dead from that incident to 6. And the suspect was in court for the first time today, facing multiple counts of first-degree intentional homicide. We're also learning more about his long criminal history as well. Multiple convictions and pending charges after accusations that he fired a gun at his nephew last year. Then earlier this month, police say he punched the mother of his child before attempting to run her over. Milwaukee prosecutors admitted yesterday they had requested inappropriately low bail, which allowed for him to be released from jail.
3,000 free turkeys are going home to families who need them most. It's thanks to the work the Denver Rescue Mission does every year. Staff members and volunteers were at Mile High Stadium this morning, despite the unexpected murder of a co-worker this weekend. Here's 9 News reporter Noel Brennan.
Good morning, how are you?
The need adds up this time of year.
One in the back seat!
But there's a turkey for every trunk.
One in the trunk! They're pulling up!
Giving away free Thanksgiving meals outside Mile High Stadium.
11 in the trunk!
Is one way the Denver Rescue Mission helps families.
Trying to just continue this work the best we can.
Even when its own is hurting.
I mean, it's a very, very difficult situation.
Brad Miley carries out the mission while his staff mourns.
A senseless death of an employee, and it's just a very, very difficult thing. But we have to go on.
Last Saturday, Denver police say Fabian Olguin, a Denver Rescue Mission worker, died after he was stabbed outside the men's shelter. Police say he was killed by a man who'd been asked to leave the shelter the night before.
This is a very, very sad thing.
A family feels loss, but knows it must fill a community's needs.
Even in our saddened state, we have to get out there. We've got 3,000 families that need some help today.
Need doesn't go away.
It doesn't stop.
But neither do the helpers.
Have a happy Thanksgiving. 2 in the back seat!
Noel Brennan, 9 News.
Denver police arrested 22-year-old Christopher Christian over the weekend. He is charged with first-degree murder.